Astria Ascending is a beautiful and strange game. Developed by Artisan Studios, who have teams in France and Canada, it features famed Final Fantasy veterans Hitoshi Sakamoto and Kazushige Nojima. They are working on the score and writing respectively. The game features a unique and occasionally stunning 2D art style, turn-based combat, and easy platforming, and I found myself both intrigued and a bit bewildered at times during my time with a preview build of the game. Please allow me to explain why. You find yourself controlling a party of 8 demigods, whose job takes them throughout the lands of Orkanon as they fight off the noises. Your party has a short period of time where they become incredibly powerful, but then they must die because of their newfound power. The game is slated to feature 12 ancient beasts who you must defeat to protect the land, and it features full voice acting throughout. One of the first issues I had was the quality of the voice acting. It feels ripped straight out of a 90s anime dub, and on the whole, it's just not up to par where games of this type have been lately.
Thank you. I'll give it my all.
Echo!
Echo!
Echo! Echo! Echo!
The writing is solid, but I have found it to be on the predictable end of things so far. I find myself intrigued to see where the story will go after the events of this preview build though, and as the game is available on Game Pass at launch, there's no harm in finding out. Each of the demigods fills a trope of the genre, and I didn't really find myself attached to them after my playthrough. Graphically though, things can look fantastic. Some of the backgrounds are low quality in comparison to others, but I'm also not a big fan of some of the artistic choices made for a few of the female character models. There's a pair of sisters who have enormous legs and thighs twice as wide as my head, all skin showing, and they have enormous chests with rock-hard nipples that are always on display. It feels childish and easily avoidable, something that honestly can be a bit jarring to see in 2021 for the simple reason that it's just so out of place compared to how everyone else is decked out in battle armor or normal clothing. The party system is a very unique part of the game for me. You have 8 total demigods to choose from, but only 4 are active at a time. You can swap them out on the fly, even during combat, whether they're still conscious or not. It is a rather basic system that is entirely about weaknesses and immunities. You will constantly find yourself juggling your party as you find out what enemy is weak or strong against each type of attack. There is nothing in-game to show you what something is weak to, though. It is up to you to figure it out and remember. It works on basic principles such as water enemies are weak to electricity and fire enemies are weak to water, and etc. I can see it growing a bit tedious at times, but if you know the weaknesses, you can end a fight in a few moves quite often. Your party all have their own inventories, massive skill trees, and more. For fans of the genre, the system should be what keeps them playing over time, as it is going to take a while to unlock each of the 8 characters' extra abilities and stats. There are various in-game currencies that you'll earn through fights or quests that are needed to unlock these, and they were not handed out generously during the preview. The sounds of the game are a mixed bag. I quite like the music, but as previously stated, the voice acting is not well done. Sound effects are typical for the genre, and they weren't distracting at all. Things feel well made in most aspects, but I really do wish that if they were going to voice everything, that it wasn't so bland and off-putting to me. Though I do say this as someone who likes and doesn't love the genre, and if you're used to it and it doesn't bother you, then I think you can easily look past it. The music is of a much higher quality, as composer Hitoshi Sakamoto brings a level of skill here that stands out in a game full of high skill. I never found it repetitive or in the way, and I found myself waiting to finish off a fight so that I could hear it just a little longer quite often. To wrap things up, this is the type of game I love to see coming to Game Pass. I know of a few friends who are interested in it simply because they technically already own it for the time it's on the service. With a greater variety of genres coming to the platform, I suggest you give this game a try when it releases on September 30th if anything you've seen here looks interesting. While not great in every area, it can be fantastic when it comes to the gameplay, story, visuals, and music. And you can try it for free day one thanks to Game Pass. Thank you so much for watching. Liking, commenting, and subscribing really helps the channel, and if you do subscribe, please tick that little bell and you can know whenever we post. And we will see you here next time for Xbox Era.